Hello, my friends. It's Miss DeLeon. So today we are going to read a story about a little bunny who wants to make something special for his grandma. Now, he has a sister, and his sister wants to make a cake. I would want to make a cake for my grandma. Well, he wants to make his cake a little different than what his sister wants. So let's take a look at our book. Our book is called Bunny Cakes, and the author and illustrator is Rosemary Wells. So she did two things. She wrote the story and she drew the pictures. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what they're gonna make their grandma. Bunny Cakes. It was Grandma's birthday. Max made her an earthworm birthday cake. No, Max, said Max's sister Ruby. We are going to make Grandma an angel surprise cake with raspberry fluff icing. So Max wants to make her a cake, but what kind of cake does he want to make her? An earthworm cake. Is she going to be able to eat that? No. Max wanted to help. Don't touch anything, Max. His sister doesn't want him to help. Oh, that's not very nice. But it was too late. Ruby sent Max to the store with a list that said, eggs. Why do they need eggs? Because they cracked on the floor. Oh my goodness. So now Max is in charge. He needs to go and buy some more eggs. Let's see if he does that. Max wanted red hot marshmallow squirters for his earthworm cake. So he wrote, red hot marshmallow squirters on the list. So here's Ruby's. She wants eggs, and then Max wrote what he wanted. But they're not really words yet. They're just lines. The grocer could not read Max's writing. Eggs, said the grocer, and he gave Max eggs. Max brought the eggs home to Ruby. Don't bump the table, Max, said Ruby. But it was too late. Ruby sent Max back to the store with a new list that said milk. Because milk spilt when Max bumped into the table. Oh dear. This time, Max wrote red hot marshmallow squirters in a different way. So he tried it one way and the grocer wasn't able to read it. So now he's trying it a different way. Max hoped and hoped for his squirters. But the grocer still couldn't read Max's writing. Milk, said the grocer, and he gave Max some milk. So Max tried writing it a different way, but it still looks like a bunch of lines. They're not really words. So he just gave him milk because Ruby wrote the word milk. Max brought the milk home to Ruby. There's a yellow line on the floor, Max, said Ruby. You can't step over that line. So look, she drew a line on the floor and told Max that he could not cross it. Oh, and Max just wants to help. But Max crossed the line anyway. Over went the flower. Ruby got out her special pencil. Now she wrote a new list, flour, because Max spilt the flour on the floor. Oh my goodness. This time, Max wrote red heart marshmallow squirters in the most beautiful writing he knew. So he made sure that he took his time to write what he wants. Max could almost taste the marshmallow squirters. "Flour," said the grocer, and he gave Max some flour. When Max got home, there was a sign on the kitchen door. "Max, this kitchen is no place for you," said Ruby. So look at the sign. She drew Max and then she drew a line over saying no Maxes allowed. Poor Max. You think he's going to listen to it? Let's find out. Ruby finished her cake. So I see Max's ears in the window. He's outside. He didn't go in. So Ruby was able to finish the cake for their grandma. She baked it and cooled it and iced it with raspberry fluff frosting. "It needs something else, Max," said Ruby. "Birthday candles, silver stars, sugar hearts, buttercream roses," wrote Ruby. Meanwhile, Max had a brand new idea. So Ruby is writing a new list for Max to take to the grocery store. And Max still wants those red hot marshmallow squirters. So I wonder how he's going to write it this time. He drew a picture of a red hot marshmallow squirter on Ruby's list and ran to the grocer. He could not wait. So he tried writing it, but he doesn't know how to write letters or words yet. So that's why the grocer couldn't read it, because he didn't know how. So now he's drawing. He drew a picture of them. Do you think the grocer is going to know what Max wants? I hope so. Let's find out. Birthday candles, silver stars, sugar hearts, buttercream roses, said the grocer. What's this? Why, it must be red hot marshmallow squirters. Was he able to read it? He was, just by looking at the picture. Ruby's cake looked so beautiful. She worked so hard on it. Max went out and put caterpillar icing on his earthworm cake. Look at Max's cake. I wonder if he's going to put his red hot marshmallow squirters on it too. Grandma was so thrilled she didn't know which cake to eat first. So Grandma, she ended up liking both of their cakes, the one Ruby made and even the one Max made. But do you think she's going to be able to eat the mud and the earthworms? No, probably just the red hot marshmallow squirters. All right, friends, I hope you liked that story. That was a funny story. What you're going to do next is you're going to go on the next slide and we're going to watch how someone makes their cake. Bye, friends.